The coronavirus pandemic. It's the thing that is both almost over and somehow worse than ever. Even as vaccines are making everybody safe, it is clear that COVID-19 is a lot like Benifer, in that it is never really going to be over, which is why a new breakthrough in testing for COVID is getting a lot of buzz.
Dutch researchers are training bees to detect COVID-19 infections in samples, and they say that it could cut the waiting time for test results from hours or days down to just seconds. Bees have an unusually keen sense of smell, and the bees indicate a positive test result by extending their tongues to get a reward in the form of sugar water. Takes about a month to train these bees. Researchers say that it could be used in parts of the world where there is currently no COVID testing available.
You see, people? You see what happens when we don't get vaccinated? I told you guys. What did I say? I said, if we don't get global vaccinations up and running, we're all gonna end up getting licked by bees. Remember when I said that? And now look what happened. Huh? I also love how they say this is going to be used in countries where regular testing isn't available. Poor countries always get screwed, man. In America, what do? They swab you with a Q-tip, huh? That's the test. But now in Africa, they're going to be like, my brother, you think you have COVID, huh? What you need to do is put your head inside this beehive and cough. Cough again. No, you must cough. Cough harder. Cough. No, don't worry about this stinging. They are going to test you. Cough again. Why are we even making the bees do this? I mean, these poor bees, they already have so much on their plate. They pollinate our crops. They make our honey. They teach our kids how to have sex with birds. Give them a break. I just hope that this gets people over their vaccine hesitancy. Because now, if you don't want to get the vaccine, fine. But that means you got to get a bee test if you want to go to the club. Hey, what's up, girl? You looking to have fun tonight? Yeah, because there's bees! There's bees! Oh my God, there's bees! Oh my God! So yeah, you gonna be in there? I'll see you in there, girl. But let's move on now to some news from the world of sports. The Kentucky Derby. It's the Super Bowl for athletes who poop standing up. Well, it turns out that this year's winner may have been downing something a little stronger than a mint julep.
Now to a scandal that's erupted in the world of horse racing.
Medina Spirit, this year's winner of the Kentucky Derby, failed a post-race drug test. The Colts Hall of Fame trainer, seven-time Derby winner Bob Baffert, now suspended indefinitely by Churchill Downs.
The substance, an anti-inflammatory, was also found in the system of gamine, another Baffert-trained horse that finished third in last year's Kentucky Oaks race.
Former President Trump is weighing in, saying, so now even our Kentucky Derby winner, Medina Spirit, is a junkie. This is emblematic of what is happening to our country. The whole world is laughing at us.
Yo, guys, I still can't believe this guy was president. I mean, this man is a legend. What other ex-president spends their time roasting horses? It is weird, though, to put this on the horse, right? I mean, it's not like the horse wants to take drugs or train all day or race around a track getting slapped on the ass. It's a horse. It wants to do what horses want to do. DJ. They love DJing. At the same time, though, if it was up to the horse, I mean, the horse would definitely take the drugs. Because horse racing is the sport with the biggest difference between winning and losing. If you win, you spend the rest of your life banging other horses. If you lose, you're going to be holding macaroni art together. And finally, a threat to America's infrastructure that's scarier than Woody Harrelson in the new Venom trailer. If the line at the filling station is a little longer than usual this week, it might just be because somebody has hacked the gasoline.
We're going to begin with this, though, the race against time after a cyber attack on a major source of fuel for the East Coast. Colonial Pipeline halted operations on thousands of miles of pipeline on Friday after hackers forced a shutdown by taking the company's data hostage.
Colonial runs pipelines from Houston, Texas to Linden, New Jersey, transporting more than 100 million gallons of gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, and home heating oil every day. A criminal gang with links to Moscow is a leading suspect.
There is a ransomware crew known as DarkSide. They use kind of a double tap technique of both locking up the networks and demanding ransom.
Overnight, gasoline futures jumped more than 3% to $2.22 a gallon, the highest since May of 2018.
Another concern is panic buying. Analysts worry that nervous consumers could drain gas supplies, which would also push prices higher.
Okay, all right, this is outrageous. If you want to take data hostage, you do it the legitimate way, by getting people to sign up for your social media network. Now, maybe I'm not that tech savvy, but is there a reason a pipeline has to be on the internet in the first place? Like, who was out there like, all right, guys, I think it's fine to transport billions of gallons of oil through this pipe, but what if we could also use it to watch TikTok? Huh? And look, hacks happen all the time, but this attack is a big deal. And it could even cause a shortage of gas in America, which, by the way, Daddy Yankee tried to warn us about, but what were we doing? Too busy grinding to listen. So yes, people are now going to be going out trying to buy gasoline before the price goes up again, and it's going to be chaos. I mean, not for me though. I already have all the gasoline I need. You see, the trick, and nobody realizes this, is you want to save gasoline ahead of time. And the way to do that is you soak up the gasoline with a bunch of oily rags. See? Yeah. And that way, I can stack it up in my apartment and I only squeeze out what I need. That's how you stay safe.